Yo, what's going on guys? Plundge here. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to take a look at top 20 best video games of the century so far. This one is made by watchmojo.com, so if you haven't heard of their channel, but I'm guessing you have, go ahead and go to their channel, hit like and subscribe because they're the one who made this video. And also if you're interested, hit like and subscribe with their own channel as well. Hit the notification bell down there. We post daily, you don't want to miss that. Everything from reaction videos, gaming videos, and just random stuff you'll find. So yeah, go ahead and check out their channel. You might find something there that you like. And I'm interested to see what are the top 20 best video games of the century, because you know, I'm a gamer myself and I play lots of video games in my pastime. I look at like ratings of video games and stuff. I look at best consoles and everything. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they put in here because I'm a big fan of video gaming and I want to see what's the best they think of this century. So yeah, let's go ahead and go with the reaction.
Let's review what the industry has offered us in the last 20 years.
Okay.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 best video games of the century so far. For this list, we'll be looking at the most critically acclaimed, commercially successful, and influential video games released in the 21st century. Because this is a tight squeeze, only one entry per franchise will be allowed. We're also putting a stronger emphasis on their legacy within the gaming industry, so there may be a few changes from our best of the decade list.
Shall we?
Now?
Now.
Number 20, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
A PlayStation game. God damn, my ears.
When people say blockbuster video game, one undoubtedly thinks of Uncharted 2. This game perfectly encapsulates everything that makes blockbuster video games so much fun. A globe-trotting Indiana Jones-esque adventure, memorable characters, and enough excitement to have you shaking from the adrenaline rush. There was simply nothing like it at the time, and it has arguably never been topped, even by its own sequels. It perfected the concept of the action movie video game hybrid, and thanks to near perfect execution on the part of Naughty Dog, it remains a joy to play even a decade later.
So, is it like the best one in the franchise? I'm guessing it is. They said it, but
not bad for last year's model.
Number 19,
Metal Gear
Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
I got some Metal Gear here. My hair is getting ruined by the fan. Sorry about that.
This game served as Hideo Kojima's final Konami product, and what a
so that's his final
was.
game?
The 9th installment in the Metal Gear series, The Phantom Pain contained all the signature Kojima wackiness we've come to expect over the years, complete with a seriously convoluted story.
So you're the so-called white mamba.
What's that?
But it's the powerful themes and brilliant gameplay design that make The Phantom Pain such a masterpiece, if an incomplete
Just rocketed that,
in
man.
fact,
Jesus.
we almost gave this slot to Snake Eater for that. Still, not only did it expand on the futility of war, but it encouraged the player to experiment and tackle objectives to the fullest extent of their boundless creativity. The game could be whatever you want it to be, and it represented everything that made Metal Gear such an iconic series.
I'll see you in hell, boss.
Number 18,
Dark Souls. Oh man, I love this game so much.
Dark Souls is a significant outlier in the video game industry. It is incredibly difficult, willfully obtuse, and fiercely weird and uninviting. And yet, despite all that, it managed to find a devoted player base and launch one of the most celebrated franchises of the century.
Hell yeah, man. Let's go, Souls players.
The game was endlessly praised for its rich imagination, philosophy, and game design, and its foundation continues to be utilized by various copycats, sequels, and spiritual successors to this day.
We have Souls-like games.
Dark Souls has since been improved upon both mechanically and visually, but a palace can't be built without a foundation.
Like I said before, the first one was something special. Except for those backstab thing they do online, where they chain backstab.
Number 17. World of
course,
Warcraft.
we have WoW.
When it comes to gaming behemoths, few can compare to World of Warcraft. It has become an iconic piece of entertainment since its release back in 2004, a brilliant example of implementing gaming and social interaction. The addictive mechanics and unique social integration quickly allowed World of Warcraft to balloon in popularity, and by 2017, it had become one of the most profitable franchises in gaming history.
How may I help? Goddess Water What brings you?
It's the quintessential MMORPG, and it successfully managed to shatter the barrier between niche pastime and mainstream acceptance. Despite its age, World of Warcraft still feels relevant thanks to the expansions and drops every 2 years or so.
Damn, they still update the game? I didn't know that. I haven't played this game, by the way.
Number 16, Batman Arkham City.
Arkham City. Oh man, I love this game.
Arkham City remains, and may remain for some time yet, the quintessential superhero video game. All of its stellar elements combined into a magnificent whole that is yet to be bested in the genre. The narrative was mature, introspective, and exciting. The world design was vast, dark, and richly atmospheric. But it was the gameplay mechanics that earned the most praise thanks to the imaginative integration of Batman's devices.
I know this like revolutionized superhero games, but was this really better than Dark Souls and WoW? I don't think
its
so.
Its systems are still being copied to this day, and you may have heard people linking the Arkham series to Insomniac's Spider-Man. Its legacy in the fighting and superhero
you really can't escape it. It revolutionized superhero video games.
There's plenty wrong with you.
Number 15.
Portal. Portal.
Serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from combat.
Portal was the surprise standout from the Orange Box, and it's also a masterclass in game design.
Yep.
The popular mechanic was of course refreshing and original, and it effortlessly combined intellectual stimulation with ridiculous fun. But what's most surprising and acclaim-worthy is how the game fluidly integrated humor and story into its core puzzle mechanics.
I agree with that.
With the chamber floor will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official testing record, followed by death. Good luck.
The game was often lauded for its dark sense of humor and its cast, including the weighted companion cube and GLaDOS, both of which have become iconic within the gaming industry. With Portal, Valve proved its incredible talents and creativity by combining tone, story, and gameplay into a wonderfully original and highly enjoyable whole. Number 14, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
God damn it, fan.
Call of Duty is a gaming giant today, but there's simply no conveying just what a groundbreaking release the original Modern Warfare was back in 2007. That year belonged entirely to Halo 3, and it seemed like nothing could dethrone its console multiplayer crown. Enter Modern Warfare, which impressed millions with its fast-paced gameplay and unique mechanics. It not only updated the Call of Duty brand for a new generation, but it quickly became one of the definitive multiplayer experiences of the decade. It was so ahead of its time that its basic ideas are still being copied over 10 years later. The Call of Duty franchise has often been criticized for its lack of innovation, but it's hard to improve upon something so fully formed. Number 13,
God of War.
God of War.
Which one though? This one? The new one? Wow, Jesus Christ, that thing is huge.
Now this is how you revamp a franchise. God of War took nearly everything that was beloved about the series and threw it out the window. Hyper-realized stories, a crazy protagonist, Greek mythology, all gone in favor of a more subdued and introspective character study about fathers, sons, and legacies, all playing out across a gorgeous Norse backdrop.
Do you remember the way to
It's no longer a, how do you call that, slash 'em up, beat 'em up game?
Of course,
they
it
changed the gameplay, definitely changed
combat
it.
mechanics, because it wouldn't
like
be
they
God of War
threw
without
everything that
battling
was
unstoppable
God of
gods
War
and
in the
massive
past
monsters.
console generations,
Santa Monica
and they just
Studio
changed
has
it.
to be commended here. They took a major risk with this title, but it
Hey,
paid
it
off
worked, yeah.
beautifully.
They took the risk and it worked so well.
Boy.
Number 12,
Bioshock. boy.
By 2007, video games were finally being taken seriously, but it was arguably Bioshock that finally titled the medium's reputation from enjoyable pastime to legitimate art. The distinction is thanks in large part to Bioshock's story and themes, which ignored typical action game tropes to focus on the writings of Ayn Rand: objectivism, capitalism, player agency, and free will.
I am Andrew Ryan.
I haven't played this game also. That's very interesting if it is.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
It didn't hurt that it all took place in the visually appealing and inventive setting of Rapture. Add in some iconic characters, flawless blending of FPS and RPG mechanics, and one of the best plot twists in gaming history, and you've got yourself the all-time classic that is Bioshock. Number 11, Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Of course. I got Super Smash Bros. Here.
It's the game that has defined the couch multiplayer scene since the turn of the millennium.
Yep.
And to this day, it is still being played both casually and competitively. Super Smash Bros. Has now become the greatest crossover franchise of all time, and it has Melee to thank for putting it in that position.
I wish like PlayStation and Xbox could do this too, you know, with their own characters.
Fights are easy to pick up to play, yet incredibly tough to master. The diverse roster can suit to multiple playstyles, and it has a devoted fanbase that still insists that it's better than its successors. These days, many others will argue that Ultimate is the better Smash title, but for the massive legacy this game left, Melee's importance cannot be understated.
Can't beat the is that the original? Can't beat the original, huh? If it is the original one.
Number 10, Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah. When it came out, when I started playing it when I was a kid, they would always like.
We don't think anyone could have predicted
They would
Minecraft's
always say
success.
it's
This
a
little
kid's
game was
game.
independently created by Marcus Persson and didn't seem to offer much in the way of total world dominance. However, it was instantly lauded upon release, with many critics and players singling
Still
out
being
its
played
crafting
today,
mechanic,
man.
creative freedom, and countless unique
That's
experiences
crazy.
that naturally arise from playing the game.
It's a simple yet very addicting game. Especially now, they've
All of
added
this,
so much.
combined with the game's signature visual design, helped it become popular with YouTube gamers, who in
Yep.
turn helped spread the fun to their viewers. Before long, Minecraft was the best-selling game ever, a perfect example of YouTube's
PewDiePie
rising influence on
rejuvenated
gaming
the
and a
Minecraft
bona fide
series
cultural
too.
phenomenon. In short, Minecraft helped define a generation.
Yep. Oh, creeper. How is he still alive?
Number
he's
9,
wearing armor.
The
The
Last
Last
of
of
Us.
Us. Oh.
We almost called Uncharted 2 Naughty Dog's masterpiece, but then we remembered The Last of Us. This game was a monumental achievement in storytelling and voice acting, and it is still regarded as one of the best told stories in gaming history. While most of the acclaim typically goes to the game's writing and acting, this is doing a large disservice to its amazing gameplay, which perfectly balanced elements of survival horror, RPGs, stealth action, and Naughty Dog's signature adventure flair.
Should be a straight shot through here.
Man, I wish I could play this. I don't have a PS3 or PS4 though.
Kind of pretty, ain't it?
Yeah.
The game also comes equipped with stellar production values and visual design, both of which help to immerse the player in a realistic post-apocalyptic hellscape. No game is perfect, but The Last of Us comes pretty close.
I'm getting excited.
Number 8, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I'm surprised they didn't go with
if it
San
wasn't for the one
Andreas.
per franchise rule, GTA would have taken 5 slots on this list.
5?
Yet,
Like,
it's the
for
story
real?
surrounding GTA 5 that has made it such a titan. It instantly broke sales records.
Don't get
becoming
me
the
started with the
fastest-selling
online mode,
entertainment
man. I got
product in
so
history
addicted
after
to that.
grossing $1 billion in just 3 days. But while the single player was a
Whoa,
landmark,
1 billion
it's
in
the
3
online
days?
component that is the true star here. This expansive and seemingly boundless piece of virtual insanity has helped the game ship.
I
over
wish the
115
fighting mechanic
million
was
copies,
in
making
was
it
in
both one of the
GTA
most
4
profitable
still.
entertainment products
That's the
ever,
only thing I
and
didn't like
the
with
third
this.
highest-selling video game of
I
all
love the
time,
fighting
behind
mechanic of
only
GTA
Tetris
4.
and Minecraft.
Because you can do combos too. Unlike this one where you just press the right trigger and then punches and then you
Number
press
7,
X to dodge.
Mass Effect 2.
Sadly, I only have the third one.
What we would do to relive the glory days of Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 promised and
Oh yeah,
arguably delivered
I forgot.
the future of
Andromeda
gaming.
was
It was
such
an
a
intensely personal
disappointment.
experience as players were able to create a character, manipulate relationships, and mold the plot through unique
Oh.
choices and interactive storytelling.
That thing.
Of
You
course,
could like,
this
you
wouldn't
could
be
bang
much without an
anyone.
intriguing story, but luckily, Mass Effect 2 offered an original and deeply engrossing tale, complete with rich characters and wonderfully imaginative world building.
Oof.
It also improved on its predecessor in numerous ways, offering cinematic production values and a livelier atmosphere. It's undoubtedly one of the greatest story-based video games ever released.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on.
Number 6,
Resident
Evil
Evil.
4.
My friends talk about this game a lot. I've actually never played a single Resident Evil game in my entire life.
This entry took a major risk by deviating from the established formula.
Like every
paid off
member
in
of
unimaginable
the LOSG
ways.
group
Of course, the biggest
talks
change
about
came
this.
in the form of the third-person perspective. But it also took the series in a more action-oriented route, while still providing players with the core puzzle and horror elements they'd come to expect from the series. The result was a magnificent mixture of old and new, and the game became a bona fide trendsetter for future third-person
Jesus,
shooters.
what the hell is
It
that?
forever changed camera perspectives, precision aiming mechanics, and inventory management. It also influenced future game developers, helping to pave the way for classics like Dead Space, The Last of Us, God of War, and Uncharted. So, thank you, Resident Evil 4. Number 5, Halo Combat Evolved.
Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her, they'll learn everything.
I love
First
this.
deployment, weapons
I love this
research.
game so much.
Earth. I understand.
Squeezing just inside the 21st
The
century
theme,
is
too,
Halo,
because
one
it's
of
so
the most
memeable.
influential first-person shooters of all time. What this game did for first-person shooters is
Hell
not
yeah,
unlike
man.
what Citizen Kane did for movies.
I remember
Complete with amazing
high
weapons
school
and combat
days,
mechanics, a
me and my
massively
friends would
popular
go to my
multiplayer
house
components,
and
an originally
play
invented
this
story,
split screen.
Halo helped redefine the limits of the FPS
Because they
genre.
didn't have Xboxes. They would go to my house and then we would play it. Good old days, man.
It also spawned countless imitators, all of which were deemed Halo clones, and all of which failed to meet, never mind surpass, the heights of its influence. Throw in the sequels, spin-offs, remakes, machinima, and novels, and what
I'm
takes
excited
shape
for the
is an
new-
FPS
for the
that not
new
only shook
Halo.
the genre to its core, but also spawned an entire gaming empire.
I hope it's not as bad as the last one, Halo 5.
Number 4, The Elder Scrolls V,
Okay.
Skyrim.
I have this game, and I don't know why, but I didn't enjoy it. Maybe it's just me.
Few open world
I know the
titles
game
can
is
compare
great.
to Skyrim. While Bethesda
But
had
I don't
been
know what's
developing
wrong
the
with
Elder
me.
Scrolls series for years, it was Skyrim that finally broke through to the mainstream thanks to its streamlined gameplay mechanics and gorgeous open world.
There was a short time though where I did enjoy it, but quickly fell back to getting, I don't know. I got bored with it. I don't know why. What's wrong
The
with
game
me?
became exceedingly popular through YouTube compilations, and old-school Elder Scrolls fans were able to delve deeper into the universe's lore. But casual and hardcore fans could find enjoyment in exploring the breathtaking settings that the game offered, and yes,
Yeah,
the hilarious
that I
glitches
agree
added
too.
an undeniable charm. Video games don't get much more imaginative than this.
I do agree with. I do find enjoyment. I do find enjoyment in exploring the game. That I'll give it.
Number 3, The Legend of Zelda,
Of
Breath
course.
of the Wild.
We're in
She
the
really
top 3
is
now. I'm
quite
excited to see what's number
special.
2.
You be sure to protect her with your life.
Since its release, Breath of the Wild has become the most commercially successful Zelda game to date, and it's not hard to see why. Set in an expansive open world that allows limitless freedom and creative problem solving, it really does have something for everyone. If you can imagine it, chances are there is a way to do it. It also deftly blends numerous genres like adventure, action, puzzle, and RPG, and offers a personal story unlike anything seen before in the Zelda canon. Last but not least, it accomplishes all of this within a welcoming and surprisingly calming atmosphere, a visual design that helped differentiate it from its predecessors. In short, it's magic in video game form. Number 2, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
The Emperor does not ask anyone for anything. You will ride with us to Vitsin.
Now, I don't know what's number 1 now. It's gotta be some old game.
You may argue that Breath of the Wild reinvented the open world, but we'd argue that Wild Hunt is the better game. For one thing, Wild Hunt also boasts an enormous and unique open world filled with magnificent settings, countless quality side quests, and enough lore to fill a Stephen King-sized novel. But it gets the leg up thanks to its narrative, an expansive fantasy epic filled with interesting characters and morally ambiguous situations to navigate.
No, but it doesn't look dangerous.
I guess that's that.
It established CD Projekt Red as one of the decade's most popular and acclaimed developers, and it introduced the Witcher franchise to its now massive player base. It's an undeniable masterpiece of the fantasy genre.
I'd be your best and last.
Not what I came for.
Before we look at the greatest video game
mentions
of the 21st century, here are a few honorable mentions.
League of Legends, Celeste. Was this was indie, right? Shadow of Colossus. This is a PlayStation only game, except PS3. Here, Automata. Okay, what's number 1? I want to see it.
Be you a cowpoke or athlete, this
Red Dead Redemption. Is it number 1?
The wisdom of the East keeps the muscles supple and relaxes the cords. It loosens the joints and gives a feeling of youth.
Wait, I think
and
it's not.
vigor to the whole system.
Before we continue,
okay, I thought it was number 1.
And ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Half-Life 2.
Half-Life.
There is a very good reason why the last decade has been filled with demands for Half-Life 3. The first 2 Half-Life games are still regarded as the greatest and most groundbreaking games ever made, but not for any one reason in particular. For Half-Life 2, so many things went right, including the unique integration of cutscenes and gameplay, the haunting atmosphere, the realistic character and facial animations, and of course, the revolutionary physics engine and iconic gravity gun. It admittedly doesn't sound like much on paper, but the sum is far greater than its individual parts. Every FPS that came after has followed in Half-Life 2's footsteps. It was a trailblazer not just for the genre, but for gaming as an artistic medium.
I'm surprised there wasn't many like old school video games here.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo
So
Play.
we ended on there. Those are the top 20 best video games of the century so far, and I'm shocked that there isn't much old video games in here, like in the past systems, but it does say century, so you gotta have to do that. You're gonna have to like put those somewhere. But yeah, that was the list. I'm surprised like some of my favorite games are like ranked like so far down. I don't think Batman Arkham is that high. It is a good game, but I don't think it's supposed to be higher than the previous ones. But yeah, if you guys will want me to do more like top videos, top 10 videos, comment down below which one I should do next. Also hit like and subscribe to our own channel, that would totally help us. We're currently at 81 subs. We're hoping we could reach 100, and click the notification bell down there so you can get notifications on our daily uploads. We post daily, and we post everything from, like what I said, gaming videos, reaction videos, and just random stuff like this. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, please consider liking again, like I said. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.